And we are back, ladies. Allison, B&B, hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Another week in the books. So we will be talking season 8, episode 16, second guessing. A little too late for that, but they did it anyway. This was an odd episode because we had 3 weddings and we had 2 missing couples. My personal favorite couple was not there this week. So did that interrupt like your watching pattern, B&B?
yeah. And I honestly didn't even realize that Stephanie and Harris weren't on till like halfway through. I obviously noticed.
The void in your life.
Yes. But halfway through, I'm like, where's this shit show? So that kind of sucked because they're always entertaining.
Yeah, I agree. Allison, did you feel the same?
I really missed Steph and Harris, and I have to say, like, I want to know what's going to happen with Andrew and Amira. I'm on a cliff.
Sure. Yes.
Hanging.
Yeah, like we don't even know what country some people are in at this point. So there's a lot up in the air because we're expecting next week to be the final episode, I believe. I mean, this has got to be wrapping up. My goodness.
Well,
Yep.
and I saw commercials for tell-alls next week, so there has to be one more episode because Jovi and Yara have yet to be married, and
Correct.
the tell-all. So
Yes, still some more meat here. We're scraping down to the bone for sure. So we will start with the first couple, Mike and Natalie.
your fave.
Oh my gosh. If someone had said, how many times did I say like fuck you, Mike, while I was watching this to the TV, it was a lot. We'll just put it in that term. Yes. I was literally angry. I do not like this man. Don't like him. So, okay, who wants to explain the hotel fiasco? Because this was bizarre.
How do you explain it?
I have so many questions. My first question is, between these 2 women, no one has $200.
How does the neighbor not have a credit card, period?
Yes.
How are you a human being and you don't have a credit card? That is mind-boggling to me.
She might be on the Dave Ramsey, like, baby steps plan or something.
Or why do you have to stay in downtown Seattle? Like, I mean, they were in the city. If you go like 10 miles outside, I bet the hotels are half price. So,
Lauren,
I
you
had to know
listen
that.
to him and oh my God, what's his name? You listen to the
Kyle.
Patreon, right?
Yes, Kim and Kyle.
So
Yes.
I guess a listener had looked up this hotel and it was like a $200 a night hotel, but not far. There were hotels for like $40-$50.
Yeah. No, I believe it. They were right on, it looked like downtown. My other question is, why can't Natalie stay at her house? If this woman is willing to drive 6 hours and share a hotel room with her, why can't she just sleep there? I'm very confused.
She said that she didn't have the room. However, if it's one night, why can't someone sleep on the floor, sleep on the couch? I was very perplexed that this lady has 0 room at all.
Yeah.
So
You're
making too much sense. That's the problem.
No,
it's all staged.
Right. Okay, in the words of Harry Minahan, all of this is very sus because
very sus.
Very
I have stayed at many a hotel in my day. This has never been an issue. If they even ask, like, I can see if you're using somebody else's credit card, maybe, okay, fine. But like, can't you call Mike and have him text a picture of his ID or speak to the man on the phone? Like, it's not that difficult to provide an ID to somebody. Like, this was, in my opinion, this was completely made up, and Natalie was so dramatic. Like, she's very dramatic.
Yes, I'm like, on the streets now.
We're going to be on the street. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, come on now. Like, at the very least, you're in a car. Like,
yes,
you know what I mean? I was just like, this is so. So you drive your butt 3 hours back because some lady at a, like, no, are there no other hotels there? Like, I've stayed. I did not stay in Seattle proper. I stayed on the outskirts in a very nice town with many businesses in it, and it wasn't as expensive. There are many of those hotels around that area. The whole thing is completely made up, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. And it was one and done. They went to this one hotel and then turned around after a 3-hour drive. Very sus. Totally made up. I'm on your side, Allison.
Yes.
So
I used to have that job. I used to work like the front desk at a hotel, and I can tell you I've never in my life had a conversation like that. And they're just going on and on to this poor front desk woman who, I mean, she could care less. They're
Yeah.
like, I'm from Ukraine. I'm supposed to go to
why
France.
would
I'm the
she care?
neighbor. And she's just sitting there like,
I'm the neighbor.
yeah,
I'd
yeah,
be
I
like,
just need
cool,
someone to pay for this room.
Yeah, like I'm not your
So the whole,
therapist. I'm the front desk lady. Like,
oh no, the immigration lawyer is the therapist
Oh my
apparently. And
God.
we'll get
We'll
to
get
that.
there.
So they turn around and go home, and for whatever reason, Natalie can't stay with Tamara, so she has to stay with Mike. Mike, they show him moping around his house. Mike's very sad. You know, Mike, he actually says it to, I think he's talking to the producer. He says, "This is really hard on me." And I had zero patience for that. I had zero patience for when he said to her, "I never wanted you to leave." What did you
yeah,
expect
you
was going to
did.
happen? Yeah, I don't understand this. I was worried about you. Then he is so casual about the visa deadline. Now she's right here. She is correct.
Yep.
Visa expires tomorrow. I can't stay here after my visa expires. He is waiting for the COVID get out of jail free card, like, oh, well, the airways are shut down, so you can just stay as long as you want. Allison, were you like, I was infuriated with his thought process. The lack of thought process.
I was just like, I don't understand. So first of all, if this was your thought, perhaps you should have looked into it before a day is left and
One
broken
day.
this poor girl into pieces because you're not going to
Mhm.
marry her the entire time, and you're just like you're going to marry her or you're not going to marry her. Like, I don't
Shit or get off the
understand.
pot.
Like, there's
Yes.
one day left, sir. Like, what would you like her to do? Like, and
Mhm.
this immigration lawyer, I really liked her. She was like, she was like, maybe I'll have some more problems than a visa.
It's
And
not
it was
just
like,
about the
it's not just about the visa. First of
sure.
all, this is the most miserable relationship I have ever seen in my life. There is no happiness anywhere. There has been no happiness in all, whatever, 13? Is this the 13th episode? 13 episodes. They have been miserable. Mike looked like somebody shot his dog. Like, it was just like he could not look sadder. Honestly, could not look
But
sadder.
B&B, do you think he's really like this, or do you think he is one thing for the camera and something else? Because he's choosing to not put certain conversations on camera.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Like right when she came back to the house, they didn't want the camera crew in there. And I kind of
Mhm.
understand that. But also on the flip side, you signed up for this. So
Mhm.
I think he's really upset. I do. But I feel like just him moping around the house, kicking the slippers and whatnot. And I think it was kind of played up on his part. I do genuinely think that he's confused whether to marry her or not. So he, in that regard, I feel like it's genuine. But come on, man, you've had all this time. Like you can't come down to the last day. Like, that's ridiculous. This poor
Yeah.
girl.
Right.
And unfortunately, if this was a regular couple, they could say, okay, we're not ready yet. We're going to push this back. They don't have that option. It's
Yeah.
now or never. And I don't understand why it's not just registering with him now or never. And like, I kept saying to my TV, I'm like, don't fall for it, Natalie. Don't do it. Just, he's bad news. And you can tell she's just, I don't know. She can't let it go, I
She
guess.
wants
And
she wants the fairy tale of it all, and she's
Yeah.
stuck in that, and
And
it's
she's afraid to be embarrassed, which is just,
yeah.
I mean, too
who
late. I'm
cares?
sorry,
Like,
but yeah.
so I liked it when she told the lawyer, "No, you don't understand." Like,
Ooh,
and she's like, "Yeah, that's not legal advice, honey. Like, that's like life advice. Like, I can't really help you with that." And
it
it's
was
at this
so
point none
funny.
of us can help you with anything because you guys are miserable. And I don't understand. Like, I was so mad. Like, okay, you don't want to marry her, fine. You did the right thing. But I don't understand why this entire decision, whether to marry or to go back to her country, is contingent upon Mike's feelings that afternoon. Like, he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And she's like, well, you need to make a decision. No, Natalie, you need to make a decision. If some man does not want to marry you, what are you doing?
Why are you
Go
sticking around?
home.
Why
Go to
would you?
Ukraine,
Why do
find
you want a
somebody who
man
loves you.
who's so on the fence?
Right.
Exactly. I'm
Why
like,
do you want a man
I
that's
would be like, cool, dude.
Yeah,
Peace.
bye.
Like,
Yeah.
She's a little crazy, but she's pretty. She's got a lot going for her. Like, you can find better than Mike in Squim. Like,
Yeah, I just hope he ends
was
up
so
alone,
mad
to be honest.
at the end of that. Like, I don't know.
It's just kind of mind-boggling that he so clearly doesn't know what he wants to do. Why would you want to marry someone and commit the rest of your life to someone like that?
So, like,
that
she
keeps
pregnant,
talking that she's so insecure. That can't
Right.
make her feel secure at all. This makes
Right.
no freaking sense.
So she gets pregnant, let's just say, and they're going to have a baby. Is he going to just decide month 8, well, you know what? Not sure I want to have a baby. Can you hold it in there? Like,
yeah, that's a good analogy because you're up against the clock, people. So
cross your legs.
He was just
and
so.
she wants a baby bad.
Yeah, right. Oof. Yes. So, yes, this was a nightmare the entire season, and they've been on before and been through nightmares. So hopefully everyone just realizes this isn't working and moves on. But we'll see.
I can't believe that they are going to get married. They're going to get married, and I can't believe it. I was never so happy when she had left and it was over because they are not good together. They are not good for each other. He is a loser.
They were one hotel clerk away from her not reading the name of a credit card to not getting married. So I guess it comes down to that woman. So we'll see. It was just for me, this couple is one of the most like raw though. Like what we're seeing is what's going on. There's no, acting. There's none of those forced conversations. This is just uncomfortable moments where, gosh, she's a wreck.
It's a mess. It's awful. It's awful.
I couldn't imagine living with anxiety like that, just all the time, not knowing what situation.
Yes.
What status?
She probably feels sick to her stomach all the time because it's like, oh, is he gonna actually like me today, or is he, is it gonna be one of these days where we're okay? It's not a good way to live.
And it doesn't get any better.
I would say not.
Worse. Yeah.
No.
Done with
so
that.
On to Jovi and Yara. So when they started at first, I'm like, oh, she's drunk and happy, and I said, oh, wait a second, no, she's not. She licked his face in the bar. She licked his face. That's what I wrote down. How did you feel about that, B&B?
It was disgusting. It was fucking
not good, huh?
Gross. One thing that I noticed is
don't lick me ever.
He was actively teaching her. What were they playing? Poker? I have no idea.
Blackjack.
He was actively trying to teach her how to play poker in the middle of the casino. Blackjack. Oh yeah, my bad. Can you do that? I didn't think you could do that. I don't know. I've never played, but it just kind of struck me as odd.
Yeah.
I've never been to a casino, but you would think this woman has never held up a deck of cards because he's like, no, hold it with one hand. Like it's like when you're teaching your children. It was very, I mean, I know you're from a different country, but I would assume they play cards there. No?
I thought it was like a universal game, blackjack. Could be wrong. I know that there's like some games that are more popular in some countries than others. I'm not a big gambler, so whatever. But like, it's not that hard to add to 21. I feel like anybody can play blackjack, but she was like, I'm so dumb, I can't play this game.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Didn't you like 2 episodes say like how smart you were? Like, you can't. I don't know.
She's trying to play that
21,
ditzy. She's so hot. She doesn't need to know how to count.
But she was really, I think we did see another side of her. Like, she actually seemed fun at the table. Like,
I didn't recognize her not pouting.
Yeah, she was a lot more spirited. She smiled. It was a different side of Yara, and it made me wonder if that's more what she's really like, and maybe we've only caught some of the more intense moments.
Well, here's what happened. They were at a nice hotel. Jovi got room service and probably like gave her the good lovin', and now she's in a good mood. So, I mean, I think this is how they operate.
That's
So
disgusting. Ew.
I did notice her look down in the bar because her hair has bothered me for a while, and I think I understand now. There's zero contrast between her face and her hair. It's like all the
It's
same
all,
color. She
yep.
needs some of Natalie's bronzer or something because it was very all the same color.
Natalie has
I was like, ooh, she's got enough to share. Yes.
Yes, she does.
So, okay, you want to talk about anxiety. These people give me anxiety. They are ring shopping the day before the wedding. I don't understand this. The day the visa is approved, why aren't we doing these things? I'm a planner. I would not be able to handle this.
Yeah,
I
neither.
agree. And Yara did, or Jovi said something about, oh, well, the woman's supposed to plan the wedding. Sure, but like maybe you have a little bit different customs, but two people can plan a wedding. It doesn't have to all fall on her. I'm sure she doesn't understand some stuff, language barrier and whatnot. So
well, between the two of them,
I totally agree with you,
2
Lauren.
months ago, someone should have said, let's go pick out some rings. So it's both of their faults, in my opinion. Like, why is this being done the day before? And then
or like a tuck.
Oh my God, I can't with these people. And then he gets on the price of the ring. This is a guy who brags about, he probably spends $1,200 a week at the strip club, and he's going to complain about
making it rain.
He's going to complain about spending $1,000 on the wedding ring. That, I mean, I didn't have a lot of patience for that. He's just,
and his mom was
just
totally
dumb.
correct.
Yes,
And
I really like her
a little bit more because that ring means the most.
It's almost predictable at this point. You know, I think that's why we're kind of sitting here going, yeah, Jovi's being Jovi. Mm-hmm. His dad keeps saying it. Did you know? Like, his dad is so strange. He has this phrase where he goes, "We all know the Jovi," which it sounds like he's like an STD, like, you know, oh, you got the Jovi. And I don't think the man has any teeth. I don't know. He's a strange person, his dad.
It seems like all the people in Jovi's life know that he's a piece of shit.
They all just have no hope for him.
He's gonna be a terrible husband.
They go tuxedo shopping. They walk into a bridal store, and are they all drinking beer? Do they have cans of beer in a bridal store?
Yes.
That's Vegas.
God. I guess so. I say I've never been, but man, I don't know. You would think it's a no drink situation, other than maybe, you know, a champagne, but I'm not missing much.
No.
You could walk around on the sidewalk in Vegas with a drink. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Well, I did like the tux he picked out, though. I liked the gray with the black lining. I thought that looked really good. There is not much else to say. You know, they're trying to have these conversations. Oh, are you ready to get married? Allison, did you have a thought about it?
Oh, yes. Yara is going to hate Elvis. This is not a good idea, Jovi. Do not have Elvis marry you. She's going to be pissed. Can you
so
see? I mean, oh, like, he is so dumb. It's just like, how many times has she said, like, this needs to mean something, and why don't you care? And now you're going to have friggin' Elvis marry you? Like, it's a joke.
She doesn't even know anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? Like, I have that awful feeling in the pit of my stomach. Like, this is not going to go right. Like,
right.
Yep.
Like, can somebody just say that, Jovi, perhaps that's not the best idea. Maybe you should run it by Yara before you do it, or something. I don't know.
Right.
But
or say, just Google this, honey, and tell me what you think. Something along those lines. They haven't given us any like sneak peek at this either. No. So either there's just not much to show, or something important happens. So we'll see.
Yes, we shall.
Yeah, so I'm surprised they didn't even get to the wedding. There was just not much between these guys. B&B, did you have anything else you wanted to add about them?
No, pretty much. I thought I was going to add something to what Allison was saying about the Elvis. I'm kind of surprised the mom hasn't stepped in regarding this. She seems to have her wits about her. And I just kind of feel like as a mother, you'd be like, I don't think maybe she would like that. She's going to be surprised by it. Doesn't seem like would suit her. Maybe we should not do this. So I don't know. I guess maybe I'm hoping that she would step in because I would hate that if that were me. But to each their own,
she's going to be like, what the fuck
this is
this?
Gonna be a disaster. It's going to be, like my soul hurts inside. Like
I can't wait to see it though. Okay, so we will go on to Tariq and Hazel. So this was nice. I mean, shrug, nice.
She looked gorgeous. I thought she looked absolutely stunning.
So good. Yes. A+ on everything. The style, the veil, the dress, the makeup.
I was looking at their wedding photos on Instagram earlier, and just like the post photos of them, and she just looked breathtaking. Oh my God, she was flawless.
Yep, she knocked it out of the park on that. I agree. Okay, again, my anxiety. Tariq is in his white suit tuxedo, I'm not sure which, loading chairs into the back seat of his vehicle 2 hours before the wedding.
Why are you dressed?
Why are you moving chairs? I don't know how far the park was from where he lives, but if it was less than an hour, you should have been out there doing that at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Or have your brother do it. Or, I don't know, anything else? Moving the chairs in your white tuxedo, Allison?
Well, not only that, but maybe it's the mom in me, but he put Ari in that white dress, like, before they actually got to the area of the wedding. And I was like, that is a brave move.
Dress is not going to make it.
It is not going to make it. And then what happens? Like, what happens when she, like, spills something on it or whatever? Like, it's not
rolling around on the lawn. Yes.
Yeah. Right. I was like, oh, sir, no. He does seem like a good dad. I will give him that. And I liked how he included her in the ceremony and how he walked down the aisle with the flowers with her and all of that. It was very sweet to see.
B&B, any extra thoughts on the setup?
I didn't really like how they did their vows on the fly. It was really awkward.
Okay, yes. Yep, I agree. Yeah, and they
kind of thought that's just something that you thought into ahead of time, but
sure. They had the biggest limo I've ever seen. How many people are supposed to fit in that thing? Because what were there, 6 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never been in a limo like that, I can say.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a limo that big. It was a lot. It was a lot. And of course, our favorite Angela, she was there. They were recapping the evening before, which gave us 3 episodes in a row. We have seen the striptease. So, in case you didn't get enough of it the first 2 times, we got the third. Hazel,
we got some butt clapping.
Hazel's favorite part was the clapping. She gets very shy about she's been with a woman, correct?
Yep.
Minty,
because she gets shy and weird about it, like she's like a 12-year-old adolescent. It's like, I don't know, do you ever become just comfortable enough to be like, yeah, she was shaking her ass in my face and I really liked it? No.
No.
I can't speak on that, I guess. I don't know.
No.
Fine, I'm not you guys. Fine.
Oh God.
She's just funny. So
How would you respond, Lauren?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if I were going to have a bachelorette party, I think I would prefer a female dancer at this point. Sure. A nice little formal tea party and just, maybe I could learn something.
It's awkward.
So, yep, Angela, still my favorite. Wedding, very nice. I thought this was better than the what was it called? The spiritual center Tariq was looking at, which was just like this big cement building, and this was just a nice park. And I don't know. I thought it went off very well.
It was lovely, and Hazel, I think, is a little bit of a closet freak.
Yes.
To your point, Lauren, because she says, "Come on, let me bite you," and I was like,
Ooh,
"Whoa,
right?
like what is in there?" I
He
think
looks
Mhm.
so good in his
she's
tux. I want to bite him.
yes, yes. And then she was
There you
like,
go.
"Inside thing," and it's like, "No, I think we can, you know, put two
Yeah,
and two together."
we
But
all know what you
We're
mean
all
there,
set.
Hazel.
yeah, best wedding so far. So
Yes. And I think most likely to
Yeah.
succeed couple as well.
yeah, yeah, it was
So,
nice. Go
okay,
Tarzell.
so um these couples just get more and more here. We've got Brandon and Julia.
Julia.
Okay, that was
Julia.
strange to me, but if that was her preference, she's probably the easiest person to please I have ever seen him. Like, Brandon, this is not difficult. Every few days, tell her she's pretty and give her a cookie, and she'll be thrilled.
Hey, that would make me happy. Like,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, I like,
Boys, take
yeah,
notes.
I mean, it's not that hard, honestly. It's just like,
Yeah.
I actually, like, I do feel like it's sort of like, something that you shouldn't really have to say, or something that maybe isn't overwhelmingly like, wow, like this is a huge thing that this person is doing for me. But like, I kind of feel like she's a little wise beyond her years in that part, because those things do go away. And I feel like that's sometimes what is very important to people. And just because you
Mhm.
like, she's like, just because I'm your wife doesn't mean you don't have to try anymore, is basically what she's saying to him. And
Yeah.
I agree with that. Like, you need to try, like, you need to do the things that matter to that person. And so in that regard, I think she's kind of smart to say that up front, and like, these are my expectations. And it's not hard. It really isn't that difficult. Just tell me I'm pretty every once in a while, mean it, and like do a couple nice things and I'll be happy.
That's all it
No,
takes.
I agree.
Right.
Uh, B&B, are you a fan of Brandon's in general?
No. No.
No.
I liked him in the beginning. I thought he was really genuine, but he's just nosedive, man. He just seems so apathetic. Like he just doesn't give a shit about
Yes.
anything.
Just yeah, it's like, what is
But
wrong with you?
on
What
the actual wedding day, he did seem elated. So,
Yeah, those
I
natural
mean,
jitters. He was given control of the camera during the pandemic, and he walked around his house with the camera up at an angle with no shirt on. This was one of the most uncomfortable things I have ever seen in my life. I do not like that. I do not like anyone trying to do like forced sexiness. Is not okay. Not okay. And where is his body hair? I do
Where
not
is
like
how
that?
a
old is he?
I do not like a smooth man. I'll just put it that way. That is a no.
No,
He's
no.
27.
Way too skinny, not hairy enough.
Not
His
hairy
face
enough.
is not
Yes.
nice enough to have a body like that. No.
No. And spare
So
me those bedroom
Love
eyes
that.
that you're trying to do, because it made me want to go under my bed and
Ugh.
never come back out.
We had seen him shirtless. Remember when they went in the hot tub earlier in the season?
No,
So we
I
had seen
blocked
him
it out. I
shirtless.
do not remember. Oh God.
Fair. Well, we had seen him shirtless, but there was something about this that was just so cringy. Like I think I was just, ugh.
the
So
towel.
the
It was really
towel,
awkward.
I didn't look. I did not want to know what was going to happen. He draws her a bath with candles around and it's dark. Now, that's not my cup of tea, but if someone were to do that for me, they then leave the room and I can be alone. Like, oh, you're going to get in here with me? No, no, thank you.
So
Allison?
Two people in that
that's a
tub would
scene.
have been a tight squeeze.
It
Yes.
it was, and that's a scene from Sex in the City when Aiden draws Sarah Jessica Parker a bath, and she doesn't know why
Yes.
he's in the bathroom for so long, and then he
Mhm.
ends up staying. I'm like, this is a copied scene from Sex in the
Oh,
City.
good point.
Knew that.
Yes,
It's
it
exactly
just
what it was.
he's no Aiden though. That's
He
that's
is
the
no
problem.
Aiden. No,
Mhm.
No,
no, and it got
no.
like a little uncomfortable. She's leaning over, they're blowing out butt cracks. I was like, I
They
don't
are
need to
not
be here for this.
afraid.
Like,
They are not afraid to PDA on film. I will say that.
yeah, I as a viewer, however, I do not need to be subjected to that without my consent. Well,
No. Or they need to
I
have like
feel
a
like they're
warning.
children too. I just feel like they're so young. Like we should not be watching this.
I had that thought when they were in the car on the way to the wedding, and I was like, God, they're so young. Like, it's just like they aren't, but they are. Like,
she was just texting away and not paying attention. And
Yes. I really like her though. I thought she was going to be more, a little more hard. But she's actually just, like I said, she's very easy to please. So, and she can voice what she wants. So I appreciate that for sure.
I was very glad that she pulled that hair out of her face though. She had like her hair in that crown, and she had these like strands.
2 strands. Yes.
And I was like, that does not look right. Like, and somebody must have told her, because she did pull it back. Thank God. I was like, oh, your pictures, you're gonna regret that.
She looked really
What
good.
did we think of her dress?
I felt bad. I mean,
I think she is a very good girl. She has a nice body. That did absolutely nothing for her. It looked really bad, I thought.
Is that like an Easter dress? I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but is that what that was? They like got an Easter dress at Kohl's?
Like, where do you even find a dress like that? So she said that Betty took her to a big store to get it or whatever. I'm like, that's the best you could come up with. Like, where did you go? Like, all I could think of was like David's Bridal or something like that, but there has to be more options off the rack than that. Like, like where else would you find a wedding dress on short, you know what I mean? Like and then like they didn't have any flats that you could put with that or something. Like you had to wear sneakers.
And I know
even if it was a black shoe, who cares?
Yeah, the crown thing used to be in. I think that was like a 90s thing for brides.
Not cute for me.
I can't with the crown. It turns me off.
Yeah. I did feel bad because, she says to us, she's like, this isn't exactly what I would have wanted, but at the end of the day, we have to do it. And hopefully down the line, they do, have a bigger wedding that she can be more involved in. So I can't wait. Yes.
In Russia.
So, okay. She comes up with the idea that they write their own vows. Great. She says, I'm going to do vows in English. You do vows in Russian. Great. Should that be done 2 hours before the wedding? Could you learn Russian 2 hours in 2 hours? No. He's writing down letters that aren't even letters. I'm like, how is he going to know what the hell he is saying?
I think it was a cute idea.
Yes, cute idea. You had to practice it 2 weeks before.
Correct.
At least.
Yep. But for all in all, I thought he did a decent job, and she seemed to understand exactly what he was saying. Yes. So I like the nod to her culture.
Yes. But and she was thrilled. Like, I think he said in the vows, like, you're pretty and I love you. And she was just like, this is the best thing ever. I didn't need the joke beforehand, like, oh, everyone, don't get your hopes up, her. It's like, okay, and this isn't a comedy routine. It's your vows. Stop. But I thought he did better than I could have done for sure. So, and then they end with the pervy grandpa. Did anyone have any notes on pervy grandpa?
Ooh,
no.
Yikes.
I saw somewhere maybe it was on Twitter that somebody said that he looked like that little doll from the Saw movies, but I
don't know the Saw movies.
Oh my God. With the little the white and the red cheeks.
like a ventriloquist doll? Oh, I
kind of, yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, okay. Don't watch the Saw. It's a terrible movie.
Okay.
But and I was like, okay, that's my takeaway about Grandpa.
He's like, I always wanted Brandon to find a pretty girl. I was looking for one for him, but heck, he found one himself. I'm like, this is so weird. He was
everything
creepy.
else in Brandon's life, somebody else needs to do it for him.
True. True. So there they go. This is a good way to tie it all in, pretty much. It's like, oh my gosh, this is the strangest family I've ever seen in my life.
But Ron and Becky,
they've been great.
Yeah,
they've been great.
Absolutely.
Ron was like strong with the dad jokes, with his talks.
Yes, he was bringing it.
I wonder if they're gonna try to swing when there in Russia. That'll be interesting.
I mean,
I just
I
not.
hope
I
so.
don't wanna think about that. Don't want to think
Allison's
about that.
face.
So
The
gross.
swinging. Yeah.
Every time I
Yeah.
see them, that's all I can think about. It's like it won't go
Yes.
away.
Yes. It's like a neon sign is over them, like swingers.
I'd love to
swingers.
know if that's actually.
I just want to see the conversation that brings up that situation. I don't understand how it works.
Oh, I understand how it works.
Hey,
but
honey,
I just
I'm not
would
feeling
not want to
fulfilled.
blame
You want to
them.
fuck somebody else.
No, the conversation works. Okay, so let's make pretend. B&B, let's pretend like you really want to be a swinger,
Okay.
right? How do you tell
God.
like your significant other that?
I
Just
can't breathe.
one day you're like, hey, let's try something. Don't you have to find each other already wanting that? And how do you do that? You walk around with like a sandwich board and a flag?
No. All right, honey. I think I want to spice it up.
Yeah.
I think I want
That
to
means
see
you go bang
with
somebody
woman.
else.
Yeah, I think I want to see you with another woman, and I think I want you to see me with another guy. So
Okay, never
You
mind.
realize
How about
that
it, champ?
somebody is going to clip this and use that against you, but
There you go. I thought it was a good pitch. I mean, I believed it. Yeah.
Abraham man.
So yes, if anyone has experience with swinging
Manners. Sorry.
and how to initiate that conversation, I would love to know. I find that very interesting.
We'd love to
Or how
have
do
you
you
on.
Yes, we'll do a whole separate episode of how to get involved.
Speaking
with
of
that.
which, having people
Yes.
on now,
Ooh.
we can continue. But I was actually going to ask this at the end, but this is a great segue. We had talked briefly about perhaps trying to get a member of the cast on to our show.
Yes. Ooh.
Now, you can think on this, and we can discuss it at the end, or we can talk about it now. I don't want to interrupt the flow, but
Okay.
who would we like to ask? Who would we like to have on? I'm going to make it my project for the next week.
Stephanie.
Would we be ideal for just this season or just people in general?
This season.
Yeah, it would have to be Stephanie.
All right.
It would have to be.
I'm going to go after Stephanie. I'll report back.
Ooh. Okay. Well,
why don't you go on a dating app? She's all over those.
Say based on her Instagram, she looks pretty needy, so this might not actually be too difficult.
We need a man to help us. So if any of you Minifans can
feel like enticing a cougar.
Oh, I think a few of them actually might be up for the challenge, knowing them.
Oh yeah,
Don't
I
you
can think of a few.
Yeah. Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
so
you know where
you
to
think
find
there are
us,
some
guys?
desperate gentlemen lingering about?
Yeah, I think there are. Hold on. Let me pull up a photo of Stephanie.
Oh,
I
I thought you were
one
gonna say, let
handy.
me pull up a photo of the one
no, I
who I think would most
I was
likely
really
after her.
excited to know what was coming there. So
Oh, what did you think I was gonna do?
of a desperate
Pull
man.
up a photo of who you thought the most desperate one was.
Oh no, I'm not mean. Okay, that's Stephanie.
Ooh, there you go.
So
she's got the
She's
pigtails going.
So do your thing.
Those boots are made for walking. So
yes, please come on, please. I want tips on how to have a successful OnlyFans, I guess.
How to capture a cougar. All right, Stephanie, it is. All right, carry on.
Very good.
Capture a cougar. I like it.
Another wedding, probably my favorite wedding of the episode, was Zied and Rebecca.
Oh
God. Oh, okay. I'll start with something
30
nice.
minutes to do your fucking.
I thought the location was very pretty. The gazebo, the landscape was very nice. Now, okay, I don't like to brag, but I was right. I said she's going to have a formal wedding dress on, and everyone else is going to be dressed like they're on the farm.
Hashtag Lauren was right.
Yes.
I was thinking that when I was watching.
I would have been so annoyed with these people.
I hated her dress, but her hair and makeup looked phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bangs, just in general. Like, your bangs are in your face. I don't know. I don't love bangs.
Yeah, I agree. I think she did look pretty though. So
yes. Yeah, she
Who do you think spent
didn't
more
she
time on their hair?
Ziad. No
see it.
hesitation.
He's just so amused so easily. Like he's putting hairspray and he's just giggling to himself. It's really
He's so
quite
gleeful.
adorable. Yes.
I love him.
He's
Yeah,
cute.
you know, if he might be my second choice. If Stephanie's a no-go, Ziad. I'd
Okay.
love to talk to him.
Ooh,
Ask
that
him
would be
about the
nice.
furniture. Yes.
Although,
Like
do you think
Rebecca would
Rebecca would
allow
let that
that.
happen?
I just realized that too. I'm like, no chance.
In America,
No
if a
chance.
woman
No way.
talks to you,
We'd
she's
have
not-
to like really I don't know, like ugly it up. I don't know what the right words to say there.
Done.
Like we'd have to put on like sumo suits or something.
I could do that.
Fair enough. So the daughter's in an ITM and says, I've been to all of my mom's weddings.
Oh my god, I was like,
What a
It was
bitch.
so uncomfortable.
who said that? I've been to 3. I wasn't around for the first one because I wasn't born yet.
So
but
bad.
this will be my 3rd. Okay.
So Rebecca doesn't fit into her dress that she bought online and then packed in a duffel bag, which I still can't get over. So her plan is to put a white corset over the dress to kind of tie things in. I was getting a very like beer wench vibe from this look. Is that the right terminology?
I guess.
And I mean, this thing was doing its job because her boobs were up to her chin. Her chin. I mean, they were just bam. Some of that I think was stomach. I'm not sure, but it was out. So she has a corset on. Allison, what do you think of the look with the dress? Is that what you would do in a pinch?
And it was
not what I would choose.
Fair enough.
I didn't understand why the dress didn't fit her, and I think she explained like she bought it online and it was supposed to be one size, but it had been altered or something like that. I mean, I don't do well with online anything, never mind my wedding dress, so I don't think I would have done that, but like, I don't know. Like, it just was not my style, probably.
B&B?
Yeah.
Well, again, like piss poor planning. You knew you were going to get married, whether it was before Ramadan or after. Had you not gone dress shopping? I'm very confused.
Right. The day you're engaged, you start looking like, what are we doing here?
Like, isn't that the first thing you do when you're engaged? Like,
yes.
It's
yes.
I don't know.
It's her 4th wedding. Like, she's getting married at some campground. Like, what is with the big froofy thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, her dress
big thing. Like, it's not. This is not. You're not Cinderella. You're like.
That's what she wanted.
Past it.
They had a carriage. I almost passed out. I'm sorry, but there is nothing cute. There is nothing romantic. There is nothing even remotely. I'd be like, that's nice. Keep going. I'll walk because no.
It was embarrassing.
It's very childish, I felt like.
Yes, that's a good word for it. And like, I don't want to be anywhere near a horse because they smell and they have fleas and just
shit on my dress now. It just will happen.
Yes. The whole thing was just.
It was a mess.
You know what? Their vow part was nice. They look happy. So that was my main takeaway. Yes.
And it all worked out. But if I may, what was with the man with the chains on his jeans walking her down the aisle?
Who is this man? Is that her son-in-law? I'm confused.
I don't know. But he had like one of those. Remember, you might be too young for this, but in high school.
I'm not. I know where you're going.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, the guys that had like the big bootleg wide jeans that would like soak up the water when it rained, and
are they called
all the way up to the top.
What are they? Genko jeans. Yes.
Yeah, and they'd have the wallet with the chain that like looped over, and they were like the coolest. Like,
yes,
that's what was happening, except without the Genko jeans. And I was just like, who is this? And like, did he not get the memo about like this is a wedding?
This
and you
is
don't
a
wear
wedding.
Jeans and a chain. Like,
so she has is it her husband? Is that her son-in-law? I thought it was just the boyfriend, but apparently it's the husband. because the
There
two
was
guys
people.
walk her down the aisle. They are both dressed like they're going to a Limp
rodeo.
Bizkit concert.
Like
yes.
an axe throwing place.
Yes. So they're on each side of her, and then the officiant says, "Who gives this woman?" And they both kind of look at each other, and someone finally mumbles like, "Her son-in-law does." And then they just turn and walk off.
Bye. Peace out.
It was
Like, where did they go?
I don't know. To the bar.
Probably get a drink.
This is why you have rehearsals. This is why
Yes.
you rehearse things, because it was funny, but she really didn't seem to mind. She was all that stress that had been building up for the past 6 episodes that we've been hearing about was gone. She was perfectly happy with the dress not tied up and the people in the jeans and the carriage. She was thrilled, which I still don't understand.
Zied was thrilled with the carriage as well.
Oh my God, he's obsessed with the freaking horse.
Yes.
He just gets amused by the cutest things. I adore it.
He is
I think,
adorable.
yes. So twice this episode we saw women with headbands that have cat ears on them. So we've gone from pigtails as a trend to the cat ear headbands, and I'm going to call it, okay? I like to try to do this. You know what I think is coming next? And again, you guys might be too young, but when I was in high school, those little tiny colorful butterfly clips that you go across the top of your head, so you almost look like you have not dreadlocks, but like Jamaican braids. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm like, maybe next. Did you really?
Wear them next week?
I don't still have them, but
I might have some for my daughter. I'll see. I don't know if I can pull that. That's a tough look.
If I had cat ears, I would have showed up in them today.
Oh, true. Yeah,
but
my
the cat ear thing.
38.
I'm not sure if you guys are on TikTok or not, but the cat ear thing is like this whole trend on TikTok currently.
For 40-year-old women?
I don't know about 40-year-old women.
Okay.
But Rebecca is kind of childish, I feel like, because she has a 27-year-old husband or whatever.
27-year-old boyfriend from Morocco. Yes.
True.
It's the full title.
True.
Tunisia.
Yes, that's right. It's the ex from Morocco. Tunisia. Yes.
So yeah, gross.
So yeah, those were my notes on them. So 3 weddings out of the way. What's going to happen next week? All these people are already married. Ooh, maybe it's an all Stephanie episode.
Well, it's Stephanie and the ex talking, for
good.
sure.
I like that.
So who we didn't get too much of a snippet of that, so I think some shit's gonna go down.
Some breadcrumbs, yes. I am very intrigued by the conversation with Emma. And Harris did not look too happy. He looked like he was crying in his ITM. So
he doesn't have much for facial expressions in general. True. Him and Ryan both kind of have that, like, it's, are you alive? Are you listening to it? Are you happy right now? I don't know. So we'll see.
$dollars for snack, so he's good. So
he got his. Is this real $100 bill for snacks?
For some Tostitos on the trip.
It's a long trip, don't forget. He has to take like a single airplane and a boat and then ride a, motorcycle into the jungle. That's where he lives, the jungle. I'd like to see that, to be honest.
Do we know what country he lives in? Is he on Belize?
Yeah, I believe so.
He is?
I think
so. Then why does he need to take a boat? I'm very confused.
Hard to say. They might have, maybe some of the resorts are more on a private, I don't know. Can't say I've been, so unfortunately. No coconut tree climbing for me. What do you think of the coconut tree climbing B&B? Because you weren't here last week.
It was bizarre.
Yeah, what, you didn't find that, like, you weren't romanced by it?
Get the fuck down. When you slide down, you're gonna slide off your sack. Cut the shit.
It is strange how he shimmied down there, and that looked and sounded very painful. So yeah, I don't really love coconut. I don't know.
Rug burn.
I mean,
coconut burn.
Coconut water is not worth that.
Oh
honestly.
no!
Like, I've had it; it's not that good.
No, I agree. I agree. So, well, we'll see what next week brings, and then hopefully we just glide right into Tell All. And I wore my Sean Robinson homage shirt tonight because she always goes sleeveless. So
Yes,
that was
very
what I
nice.
had in mind.
Very
I'm like, this looks
beautiful.
like something Sean would wear. So
That lady. We were talking about this last week. Her arms, like
Her,
I
she
want to
has
look like that.
she ages in reverse. It's so unfair.
It's not fair.
she's
Yeah,
58. 58.
Oh my God.
58?
Yeah,
Mhm,
Christ.
I'm 38 and I don't look like that. That's not fair.
mhm.
That makes me depressed.
Yes.
Same.
And she does not look, if she's had work done, she doesn't look like it.
No.
She just looks like she's
She looks
35. I don't understand.
Oh.
I know.
Yep.
It's
So
not right. So if I can scare up some butterfly clips, I'm gonna try my hardest to
I
show
might
up in
have
them next
some. I might.
Okay,
So
you guys do that. I'll wear
What?
sweats in case we have Zied on.
I am gonna go after Stephanie and I will let you know how it goes.
Well,
Okay.
good luck with that. And
Or maybe
I think
Paris or maybe Ryan. That could
Oh
be
my God, how
interesting
could we
too.
be so lucky?
yeah,
know.
this is true. I mean, if you can only choose one. Ugh. That would be a good question though. Like, do you actually ask them like, well, how do you feel about your girlfriend like banging your cousin? How do you move on from that? I'd like to know.
Ugh, gives me the creeps.
Some questions just,
Those
who
guys are
knows if we'll get
gross.
answers to that and the swinging. So B&B, you're going to do an experiment on that, right? You're going to have that conversation and tell us how it goes?
Oh, I actually have to do this? Okay.
Project.
Okay,
All
I'll do
right.
it.
All
I
right,
might
we'll
not
check
be here
back in
next week.
later. Next week, if
I'll
you
be
want to know
dead.
how B&B's swinging conversation goes. And
You've opened a big can of worms here. This is
This is
that's
not
not
good.
going to play out well over the
This
next
is
week
not
on
good.
social media.
All right.
My
well,
husband will probably be like, whatever to get you away from me.
yeah, just you're going out for the evening. Great.
Whatever.
I can't. That's how I am too. So that works. Okay. Well, we'll be back next week.
All
Okay.
right. Hopefully,
Bye, guys.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.